Do you want to fall in love again?
Sure.
But just not right now.
Tomorrow. Today. Why not?
You giving everyone hope right now.
See, here's the thing, because it's like love, man. If you go looking for it, you're not gonna find it. You're not, man. Because love comes to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a gift. So you just gotta, you gotta try to stay humble and not block your blessings. That's why, I want to just say, Rita, hold your head, baby girl. You still sexy. Just, zip it next time.
What's a high value woman?
A woman who knows her worth and knows she can do better than that, because there are men out there that aren't gonna want to see a whole bunch of women at one time.
But what determines a woman's worth?
I think a woman determines her own value.
See, that's the difference between men and women. Like, a man can't just determine their value. The world dictates how valuable you are.
The marketplace, you're saying.
Right. Like, women could just make up how valuable she is in her head and then just assume that the world should follow that. But we can't operate like that. Imagine if I said like that, I'm just worth that. Like, why? Because I believe it. Everybody would think that I'm delusional, but women can believe that.
Women give themselves a valuable because they live inside of a delusional world. I tell guys all the time, they're always living in themes. Whenever a woman feels like the character that she's walking around is not getting her the results, she would go home, she would change her hair, she would change her clothes, and she would go throughout the week changing into these different type of costumes and different type of characters to see which one works best for them. And then they find a crowd of men that's going to be able to support the character that she wants to be. For instance, you'll notice a lot of these girls that's for the streets, the first thing they do when they want to change who they are, they go run to the church and they try to say, I'm a born again Christian, I'm a born again this, I'm a new type of woman, because they need a new type of feel. Women also do this while they are in a relationship, which is why in a lot of cases women get bored in the relationship, because a man doesn't want to adapt to the new character that she has become.
And you'll see women who have ran through the Pookies and the Ray Rays and they say, I'm tired, all these men are dusty, black men are dusty. And then they end up with a nerdy white dude. And what's interesting about that is these same women, when they were younger, more desirable, overlooked nerdy black men. So you're saying to us, these attributes that I'm gonna value in Billy, I don't value those in you. And then when I go to Billy, I'm gonna claim that you guys are these things.
That was deep. That was really deep. He's absolutely right. You have a lot of B-dubs. They'll skip over the good nerdy black dude and they'll go right to the nerdy white dude feeling like they got a prize. It's still a nerdy dude, but she'll rather submit to a nerdy white dude than a nerdy black dude. Why is that? It's called nigga syndrome. That's what it's called. It ain't got nothing to deal with nothing special. I keep telling a lot of African Americans the DNA from slavery still exists. Slavery is still inside of the black community. This is why a lot of black dudes, when y'all get money, you want to go hover around old white men. All of a sudden you want to play golf. All of a sudden you want to do these things that you see old white people do because you think that's a symbol of success. You feel like you have to be in the same room as them. That's one of the biggest problems that's wrong with B-dubs and BM. Is that you guys are competing with each other to go hang out with people that really don't even care about you. Like, we could easily say, oh, we're going to go to another culture. We're going to go overseas. We're going to go date different race of women. You can. But 90% of you are only going to get the bottom of the barrel of them. And it's the same for B-dubs. You can go over there, but you're only going to get what they didn't want. And if you do get something that they wanted, eventually the relationship is going to end. It will be temporary.
Today when my son just called me and told me that he's at home by himself. My baby mama left him at home by himself, man. I'm on my way to my son to pick him up right now. Hold on, y'all. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you scared? You scared? Oh my freaking God, dude. How long you been here, man?
For a few hours.
Oh my God, dude, this shit is just... I'm on my way right now, man. I love you, okay? My son is only 7 years old, TikTok, only 7 years old. My baby mom got him at home by herself. This shit don't make no sense, man. I swear to God. Oh my God, man. Son, I'm still on the phone with you the whole time, okay?
Okay.
I'm on my way to you right now, man. I love you, man.
Any of you that ever lived in a black household, you know this is normal. A lot of us been staying at home by ourselves since we were 7, 8, 9, and 10 years old. That's just how the game goes. Even though a child is not supposed to be going through that, most of us can relate to what's happening in this video to the point where I really don't even think it's that serious. First of all, this guy is a comedian. He does this type of stuff all the time. But the message behind the story here is, guys, we are at a level of life that when it comes to women nowadays and it comes to life, we cannot even complain because we have worse things that are happening in life that are alternating the way that we think. Like, for instance, if you stop and look at TikTok, you look at Instagram, and you look at all these places, everyone is creating fake scenarios that used to be real, but now a lot of these scenarios are just fake. And then we turn around and we react to fake videos to entertain the fake people that are watching. I'm not trying to say all of you are watching are fake. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people now, the world has just became a fake ass world.
A lot of you guys know my story, a lot of you guys don't. Last year, I was on top of the world. I felt like I had everything going for myself. I had a really good steady job. I was gonna graduate with my bachelor's degree. I had a very good, strong support system with my family, my friends. I was, doing more TikToks, photo shoots. I was just, being happy. So the only thing that I felt like I needed was a partner to share, everything with and to grow with. And I met this guy, and I really liked him. And he was goofy. He seemed genuine. He seemed, on my level. He was very, attentive at first, and everything was going great. Well, he made it official, and then the day that killed me was my mom had passed away. And I posted on Instagram, I posted everywhere that, hey, you guys, I need your prayers. My mom just passed away. I really need you guys. Like, I even posted like, hey, mom, like, I know you're not suffering anymore. Like, I love you and I'll miss you. And that same day, you would expect your partner to be there for you, to, and we were already in a relationship by then. You expect them to be with you, to love you, to just really support you in that time of need. And a week prior, I found out that he was with his baby mama. I didn't find out, but he was with his baby mama a week prior, and she had taken pictures, and she didn't send me those pictures yet. I didn't find out until the day that my mom passed away. So she knew, she watched my story, she knew what I was going through that day, and she decided to send me those pictures of her and my now ex together.
I just want you guys to notice, you see how evil that was for the baby mother to send her the pictures of her with her baby father, which was her ex-boyfriend, on the day that her mother passed away. You guys have to understand that women are way more vicious towards each other than they are men, period.
And that even broke me more. I told him what happened, like, what the hell, like, what the heck? And he was just like, instead of, being like, hey, you're right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Or, still comforting me, like, it's a really hard day for you and I'm still here for you. No, he said, believe what you want, and drove off. So not only was I crying and mourning my mom, I was begging a man to comfort me and give me the love that I needed in order to be okay. And that's the sucky part. So that should have told me no, this man is not worth it. And you're gonna waste so much time with this man. A year, you're gonna lose so much with this man. And I did. And that's the sucky part. But I know I'm picking myself up. I am getting myself together, and that's the beautiful part of it. It's life, it keeps going, and I'm gonna make my mom proud. And yeah, so be careful who you date and who you share your life with.
See, there's a guy right now that just got done watching that story. You know what he's going to say? He's going to say, you deserve that. Who knows what she's done to him? Women are just such and such. She deserves that. That's what you're going to say. See, what you guys have to understand is, in reality, there's still a lot of girls that are getting played and done out just like how you got done out. You know why? Because the weaker vessel loses in life. Now, it isn't necessarily men are losing or necessarily women are losing, because all the men that have lost in reality, you guys have ran online and you thinking every man in the world is going through this, and they're not. In real life, you still have a lot of women that are getting played by men. You know why? Because a lot of guys in real life are getting all the women because all the weaker men have ran to the internet. So a lot of these guys, they're treating women the same way you got treated because they have other options. They can go to other women. So if a girl doesn't do what he wants to do or go along with the flow, he's just going to leave and go to another woman because he has so many women to choose from because all the other men are not around. In this situation where her mom died, that man was wrong. And I'm not getting ready to sit here and try to paint it like she's a bad person or what she did before that. But this is a true story of what's happening. But I have to play these stories to remind a lot of you guys that, hey, this is how the world is. You're either going to swim or you are going to sink. And it does not matter what country you are in. The weak will always get overpowered by the strong. The weaker you become, the more of a sheep you become, the more people you have to be around. Next thing you know, you're going to start vicariously living through other people. What do I mean living through other people? When you start seeing people say and do the things that you want to do and say, but you're afraid to do, you're going to start getting behind them. You're going to start pushing them. You're going to start saying, yeah. And then they're going to see the attention that you're giving them. And then they're going to start to praise it. And then they come online. They're going to continue to do it. And they're going to start making a lot of money. They're going to start making a lot of money because the negativity starts to become gossip. Once it starts to become the gossip, you start to live by it. It starts to become your God. And then when you start hearing things that make you feel good, now you start to donate. You have to understand, it's kind of like a collection plate whenever you go to church. Whenever you feel like you've been rejoiced, people donate in church. So what the moral of this story is to tell you is, you can't be biased and one-sided to a situation. You're going to mess up your psyche to real life. What do I mean? If you stop and look at Kanye West is losing his mind now because he adjusted his real life to people that made him popular, not realizing you was adjusting yourself to people who only seen that character. Now Kanye wants to be the real him, but he don't know what the real him is. Hopefully you guys are able to get the moral in the story and you like the video. Like the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. My second channel does have a new episode over there. And this is just my day-to-day life. I'm not about to have multiple channels talking about women. It's not that serious. Hasta la vista.